हेलो मिलिए इनसे पॉपुलर सबसे
NDTV. Colors HD. So this is the latest Airtel Internet TV that I recently bought. Idly, this was cost. This the cost was around 7,999. But I have actually upgraded my existing box to the Internet TV from Airtel. So the actual cost came to around 6,499. I really booked it through the Airtel app that you have. On top of that, I had to pay around 249 as the engineer charges. Ideally, that should have been waived off, but they had some dispute with the engineers and the Airtel customer care. So I finally opted to pay that to make things seamless and get this activated. So it's a good device. So I had gone through a lot of videos before buying this internet TV, and none of those videos were really took you deep into it. Um, and I didn't really find them much helpful. All I saw was people showing up problems with the device, and in one such videos, they told that you have to be a techie guy in order to kind of bear with the issues that this device has, and which I really agree. The UI is not very comfortable. The remote is not at all designed as per your comfort. The remote has a trackpad right in the middle of it, if you can see. So this part is your trackpad. So this also works as the buttons, while also you can just touch and swipe across this trackpad. So the problem really what happens here is that if you try to change the channel, you accidentally happen to swipe it across, or maybe you are navigating on the UI of this device. You happen to accidentally select something else. For instance, if I want to try and select say colors HD, what I would happen is like I'm gonna press this in the middle, which is like the OK button, and accidentally what will happen? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. So this is what happens. So that's the biggest problem with this remote. Moreover, this remote has a lot of issues in terms of Bluetooth connectivity. The connectivity is kind of consistent, but there is a lot of delay at times. For instance, if you press a mute button, what will happen is it will take around 2 to 3 seconds for the mute to come on. Or at times when you try to change the channel, it will take around 2 to 3 seconds for the channel to change. And you would think that you haven't pressed the button very firmly, and you would press a couple number of times more. So what will happen is instead of going to the next channel, you'll end up going to maybe 3 channels up, right? So that's the biggest problem with this device. Otherwise, if you ask me hardware wise, so hardware wise, this device is really good. It comes from LG, so it's manufactured by LG, which Airtel is using. So yep, so the hardware is really good. Somehow the Bluetooth remote that they have design doesn't work the way it should. Maybe they would have, uh, I mean, have stuck to the IR remote rather than giving a Bluetooth. Moreover, even the voice control is not really good. The voice control at times doesn't identify the words that you say, or it would just say that it cannot connect to the server, and or it didn't catch what you just said. So that's some of the problems. Other than that, I don't see a lot of problems with this device. So for the cost that I have paid, basically I have got a package which gives me all the channels, both HD and the SD ones. So I have like 100% of the channels that is available for me under this plan. And for 7499 with the device, this is a very good deal. But of course, this really annoys you, the way the remote works. So that's the only problem. Let's go and see the how the UI really works. So in the middle of the remote, they have given you a Airtel button. So whenever you press this button, the Airtel menu comes up. Then you have this Android button right here. If you click on that, what will happen is this it switches to the to Android TV mode, where you will have a lot of apps. I have installed Kodi, I have ES File Explorer, YouTube is there, Hotstar is there. Yeah, so pretty much these are the only four apps that you are going to use, because there are no other apps available here. Of course, VLC and MX Player you require for playing files if you want to, the video files. Then it comes with Netflix, so you can sign up for a month of Netflix. Airtel Movies, you get some offers. So yeah, so another thing is this Airtel Movies. So most of the time it's buggy. It's a beta version. It takes a lot of time to come up. For now, it just looks okay here. So again, Eros now you can opt for a month, I guess, of free subscription. Sony Live is there. Then again, YouTube is integrated with this app, so you would prefer to use the main app instead of going through the Airtel Movies app. So all in all, this is fine. There are a lot of settings here, which again confuses you. So UI is not very comfortable for let's say you have elder parents in your house. So it becomes really difficult for them to kind of navigate with the trackpad problem, as I mentioned, and the Bluetooth issues, the delay in actually sending the commands. So that becomes really annoying for them. Yeah, being a techie, if you have so much of patience and you know what you are doing, yeah, you are probably fine with that. So I find it really, I mean, it's okay for the price I've paid. Um, let's just see some of it. So let's say I have a Kodi here. So the Kodi opens just fine. Yeah, so I have a 3D TV, so it sometimes detects like that, but immediately it'll go fine. Yeah. So if you see, the screen is cropped. So basically, when you are in the Android mode, what you'll see is that the screen gets a bit cropped here. So for Kodi, what you could do is you can go and adjust your screen, but that only happens for Kodi. Rest of the apps will have a bit of the screen cropped at all times. I think it was somewhere here, system settings, display, not here. Okay, let's go and change it to expert mode. So I need to keep doing this like every 4 to 5 days. The settings just, I don't know, somehow it's not there. It gets reset. So video calibration. So here's what I meant by adjusting the screen. So this calibration allows you to fix the screen cropping issue. Right, so we are almost done here. Okay. Okay. So now the screen should look all fine. Yeah, you can see that the time is now proper. The Kodi logo is way down the screen. Earlier it was all cropped up. So yeah, so this is Kodi. You can set up your own servers if you want to watch movies and all of that. It's pretty much good here. Again, so this is pretty good. So hardware wise, this is a very good device. I haven't seen a lot of issues here. Kodi, I mean, out of let's say 20 times, maybe you see 2 or 3 times crash, but it never crashes in between when you are playing. Maybe when you start up, it will crash, but you can again start the app again, and it doesn't create any issues. So another point is here that so this device comes with a dual band Wi-Fi, right? So you have the option of connecting to the Wi-Fi, and it also has an Ethernet interface. What I have observed is when you are using Wi-Fi, the device goes really slow. Um, so I'm currently using the Ethernet connection, and that probably saves a lot of RAM or whatever juice the device has, and it works way better. So I would suggest if you're using, just go with the Ethernet connection instead of using the Wi-Fi. So even the Ethernet, you get a lot of high speed, like it's 100 Mbps. So you get the full speed. Wi-Fi, there's no patchy connection or any such issues. Another problem is that if you are using Android here, and in between your internet connection goes off, right? You need to restart the device, otherwise it will not connect back. Once your internet is up and you try to browse YouTube or anything, it will say that it cannot connect to the server. I don't know what the problem is, but what you could do is simply power off and power on, or you can just restart the device with the software option. So that's pretty much it. So it's we can see what version it's running on here. So let's go to settings. See, my device is not really working right now. It has probably lost the connections with the Bluetooth, or maybe there's some delay. Yep, it's gone. Now it will suddenly come up with an unintended option that I wanted. So okay, now it's working again. Go to settings. Fine. Go to about. So we will see what version it's running on. So it's Android 6.0.1 right now. Yeah, so pretty much it. So when you buy the device for the first time, it takes like a day or two to really kind of get you used to it. There is a lot of updates that keep happening for the first 2 days. Yeah, so that's one of the issues there, because you are in the middle of watching a television serial, and what will happen is it will suddenly start updating something related to the Airtel service, and this whole screen goes black, and it would just ask you to wait for 2-3 minutes. So that's annoying. So another problem that I saw here was that I'm on a yearly subscription, and the balance in my account is really low. It's almost like 20-30 rupees. So there is a reminder that keeps popping up, uh, telling me about the low balance, like every day, once, twice, thrice. Sometimes, like in the middle of watching Big Boss, it will come up like 3 times. The whole screen, I mean, a part of the screen in the center gets blocked with that message. It stays there for like 5 to 10 seconds. and I haven't been able to find a way to kind of remove that reminder message. So there is no option to remove it basically. I've tried to find everything, but there is no option really. So that's one of the problems there. So basically, there is a lot of scope for improvement in all of this. I just feel this like a beta device that Airtel launched. I don't know, maybe because of the competition with Jio, or just stay ahead. I don't know what the reason was to launch this with such urgency without even kind of fixing these problems and all of that. The remote being buggy, the UI being buggy. Um, so yeah, so the only plus point is that you get this device at a very cheap price. If you take out the subscription part, you are just paying around 1200 or 1400 of rupees for this device, which comes with a dual band Wi-Fi, Ethernet. You have options of recording it. I haven't tried recording yet, so that's another thing. I just don't want to do a lot of things here because I feel if I start recording and I have a USB plugged in all the time, it will take more RAM from this device, and it comes with just 1 GB of RAM. So probably it will slow down the device. So unless I really need to record something, I would probably not have it plugged in all the time, a USB device plugged in all the time, right? So other than that, all of this looks fine. So right from this UI, you can directly switch back to your Airtel TV by pressing the Airtel button right here, and it brings you back here, and you can just browse and look at these channels. So yeah, so this is pretty much what this is all about. Another problem I think I should mention is that I haven't seen this a lot, but in the middle of watching TV, suddenly what happened was that it disconnected. So there is a cam device, the card, I think that's what it really refers to. But yeah, these are the things that are there. So far, no issues as such. So if you're getting it that cheap and you're techy enough to kind of take the pain of a slow remote, I would suggest you can go for it. There's no issues hardware wise, runs well, it has a good resolution, Kodi plays really well, no issues, no lag, nothing at all the videos play very good there. But again, I'm using Ethernet. I don't know how it would behave on a Wi-Fi. I would assume that it would slow down on a Wi-Fi. So yeah, so that's there. And then you have the apps menu. So I never use this part of the UI, the preloaded apps. I directly go to the Android home, the Android home part, and launch my apps from there. Google Play Store is there. It doesn't have a lot of stuff there. Yeah, another thing I wanted to mention is that this Google App Stores loads really slow if you're on a Wi-Fi. The moment I connected Ethernet, this has been really quick. So again, looks like a RAM issue. There isn't a lot of useful apps here. I haven't tried playing games yet. Not much into it. But again, the remote is not really good and the RAM is really low. So I don't know how these are going to work. They are just part of the Android TV OS. So they are there. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So the only Indian app that I found here was Hotstar, which was not there earlier, which you can use. So that's there. Music apps, I was assuming they would have at least brought in Wink there, but there is no Wink installed. Wink should have been there, being an Airtel app for music. It should have been there, but it's not. Also, just to add, if you are on a Airtel broadband, with this internet TV, you get 25 GBs of extra bandwidth if you happen to add it to the My Home bundle. So that's one thing you should know. Yep. Again, the UI was stuck and it came back again. So it's not the UI that gets stuck. It's just the delivery of the commands from this Bluetooth remote to to the main internet TV device that gets delayed. Otherwise, frankly, I don't think there's a problem with the main hardware. With the Android OS, it's really lag free and really cool. Yes, the Airtel Internet UI, which is this one, has a serious problem that needs to be fixed. And other than that, yeah, I'll wrap up this video. So it's all up to you. This is a real account of the internet TV that I've just bought a month back. So there were a lot of problems with this device in terms of showing you the basic television channels when I reviewed, but those YouTube videos were like months back, maybe 6 months older. So maybe at that time they had a decision